Hey moms, I'm really excited to talk to you today about this idea, this topic of complicating the really simple. We overcomplicate the simple when it comes to trying to walk our children out of their ODD behaviors, okay? And so I want to teach something to you, and this is something I teach the moms that I coach. For some reason, the increase in moms that I have who have children with ODD behaviors is incredible. And I really think it's something that is happening, and it's kind of coming out of this way in society that we kind of live, and we take on this approach that really doesn't work. And so I want to just backtrack for a second and talk about ourselves and the way that we deal with anger. And then I want to extrapolate that and show you how it can work to apply this new thought to your children as you're trying to heal these behaviors. And I just want to tell you, I do know how angry your children can be. In case you're thinking like, oh, she doesn't get it. You know, she's lived with joy now. She probably got it easy. I did not have it easy at all. And the number of women that I coach with children who do not have it easy at all, I have seen a lot. I have seen like biting and spitting in your face. And I mean, really, and it gets changed. So let's go from here, okay? So what I want to tell you is that I want you to think about you as a person, all right? So let's call you Mary. So Mary, let's say you're really angry one day, and your husband walks up to you and is like, tells you to relax, right? You know that that's never going to work. It's never going to work. Now let me give you a scenario. So that's sometimes what we tell our kids to do though. That's why I threw that in there. Let me give you a scenario. Let's say that you're at a restaurant. You've got 3 of your kids there, varying ages, and they are just totally acting up, not how you'd expect. And maybe one of them's even 15 and he's just like maybe in his phone and he's edgy. And you actually say to your husband, I am, pretend like nobody else can hear for this scenario. And you say to him something like, oh my gosh, I am so edgy. I'm ready to lose my cool. And your husband goes, all right, I got it. You know what? They're just kids. It's late. We shouldn't have brought them out to the restaurant to begin with. Go to the bathroom. Come on back, fresh perspective, it'll be fine. And so you leave, you go into the bathroom and you come back. And do you really think that your children have been spoken to by your husband and now they're miraculous angels? Or are they pretty much the same as they were? They're the same as they were. But the rest of the evening, the next, half hour, 45 minutes that you stay is fine. What changed? What changed? Well, did your feelings change about them? Maybe. But what was more important that changed? Your perspective, your thoughts, okay? You told yourself, all right, this isn't a big deal. Everything's fine. This is not the end of the world. My kids are tired. We can still have a nice dinner. It's fine, all right? So why do I tell you all of that? Well, our kids don't have the ability to come up to us and say to us, when they've had a really long day at school and they're snapping at everyone, they don't have the ability to say, Mom, today I'm feeling really edgy. School was really hard. I wasn't prepared for one of the quizzes. Sarah was next to me bothering me the whole time. I also feel like I don't have any friends. This diet that you put me on kind of sucks. And I just feel overwhelmed. And some days I'm actually waffling on like despair and sadness. And I just don't know what to do with all of that. You think they'd ever tell you that? No, they don't have that wherewithal. They don't have that frontal lobe thinking like that because they're 6 or 9 or 15. They don't know what to do with it. So they then don't have the opportunity to tell them, like your husband did at the restaurant, to say, hey, okay, take a break. It's okay. Let's reframe this for you. You're making this mean way too much. And let me help you with some lies that you're believing here that aren't true. In other words, when you think you're stupid, that's a lie, and we can go through some reasons why I can prove that you're not stupid. When you're feeling overwhelmed, I can go through the reasons that we can walk through that, because you're feeling overwhelmed because you've put too much on yourself, and so you think you have to get it all done. You think you have to be perfect. We can go through why you think you don't have any friends, and I can show you that actually just you being a friend is going to be the first step in the right direction. Just you actually changing your perspective and realizing that somebody needs you right now. Somebody needs you is going to start to change that perspective. I'm also going to sit here and help you understand that you're making a lot of these thoughts that are swirling through your mind mean way too much, and you're believing every thought, which is causing this overwhelm. And I want you to know that I love you and I think you're amazing. and what you're going through is so normal. We all go through it. It's just that as an adult, we know how to process it, and you don't know how to process it yet. But I got to tell you something. You are so amazing. I also saw today how kind you were. You came in, you didn't bother your little brother. You walked upstairs and just, I saw that you put your stuff right in your room. You're such a rule follower. It was just so respectful of you. I also saw that I know that you're having a bad day and you didn't slam any doors and you didn't yell at anybody. You have such amazing self-control. You are just doing so fantastic. And I'm so glad you're my son. So that's what healing ODD looks like. That may have just made me cry a little bit, but that's what it looks like. And you might say, well, my kid is 90% of the day awful and only 10% of the day doing something that's worth calling out as a good quality. And I say, that's fine. That means you've got 10% to work with. And in that 10%, you stretch it out. So if you see that in that 10%, he's just sitting there boring, oh my God, that's a call out moment, because you know what he could be doing instead of being boring? He could be bothering a sibling. He could be mouthing off to you. He could be fresh. He could be slamming doors. He could be punching a hole in the wall. He could be doing a million things, but he's not. He's just sitting there. Maybe he's just sitting back and he's just hanging out. Wow, call that out, because that sounds like to me that he's got self-control and he's respectful because he's not bothering anybody. And maybe he's even organized and disciplined because he realized that he should sit now because he's going to have to do homework later. I mean, moms, there is so much that you can call out in those moments. And we are not looking for this huge turnaround. Healing doesn't come as like a light switch. When your kids were learning from crawling to walking, it's not a light switch. It's months and months. Come here, you can come on, hold my hands. Okay, you can lean up on this sofa. Come on. And then one day they like start toddling, right? They don't just get up and start running, and we don't get upset about it. We are literally changing your child's brain. We are hijacking that autopilot loop that he runs on that is there for many, many reasons. It's there because of thoughts that he thinks. It could be there because he just has finally decided that his identity is the one that gets spoken over him every single day. You're lousy, you're mean, you're nasty, you're never on time, you're always bothering your brothers, you're a pain in the ass. So that's who he is. That's who he is. Why fight it, right? Right, guys? So what we have to do is get in there, and we have to be this potter of the clay, and we have to tell him over and over who he is. I might be crying, but you're going to tell them over and over who he is, because he has a purpose, and he has treasures, and he has talents, and he has gifts that are something you might not see right now. But your goal is not that you have to uncover his purpose, uncover his passions and his hobbies. No, you grow him into this person that knows that he is kind and respectful and honest and has strength of character and has self-control and is amazing just simply because he was born. And you tell him this over and over and over until very slowly, he starts to believe it. And in the moment when there is a circumstance where he normally would lash out or punch a hole or backtalk or slap somebody or bite or spit in your face or run away from you, in that one moment, all of a sudden, one day his brain says to him, wait a minute, I'm kind, I'm respectful, I have self-control. Stop crying, Carolyn. But I just watch these miracles and it just gets me so excited. Although it looks like it gets me sad, it doesn't get me sad. But, and one day he says, wait a minute, I'm not that angry asshole, that my parents have been saying that I was, or my teachers make me feel like, or other kids make me, no, that's not who I am. That's not who I am. I'm so awesome. And I am a gift just because I'm in the room, which means people will get something from me, and people need me, and friends need me, and I have something to offer. Yes. And that's how we walk them out of ODD. So it's an everyday thing. Why am I crying again? I think I'm going to have to redo this video. It's so weird. But it's a process, moms, and you have so much control in it. You are literally this potter Yay, that's called taking control. And you know, the potter doesn't get to sit at the wheel and fall asleep and like, no, he's got to be there. He's got to gently have his hands there. And every once in a while, as he sees he wants to make something new happen, he has to like very slowly apply pressure. And then when it gets again to how he'd like it to be, he can just gently like lean back and okay, just keep his hands close by, right? And then if the wheel starts speeding up and it starts going too fast and out of control, whoa, come right back in. Speak the identity. Speak over as you mold your hands on that clay. You know, you're turning it into what you'd like it to become. So what we do with our mouths to our children is we keep speaking over them. We speak that identity. What do we want them to become? It's already in there. We just have to decide what we want to focus on. Yeah, there's like some nasty, angry kid in there, but there's like a really nice kid in there too, who has a good heart, who is kind and respectful and organized and gentle and focused. Yeah, you can find it. You can find that in him and you stretch that out. And healing comes 1% at a time, not like this quick switch, right? Okay? So I hope that gives you something to work with today, moms. When you see your child today, will you please put on the rose-colored glasses? Just do it, because what you keep calling out is what they slowly believe themselves to be. We need to change their perspectives of who they are so they can walk into the person that we'd like them to become. Okay? Got this? I think you do. Have a good one, moms.